Hey, Michael here. If you haven't noticed higher gas prices the past few weeks, go ahead and close this video, all zero of you, because today we're talking about how to save money in the face of these ridiculous gas prices. So let's cut to the chase. Number one, take advantage of cashback credit cards that can give you up to 5% on gas. This is probably one of the most obvious ones, but you might already have credit cards that give you cash back on gas purchases. If not, there's a variety of cards out there that can give you up to 5% cash back. That includes the American Express Blue Cash Preferred card, the Bank of America Cash Rewards card, the Sam's Club MasterCard, the US Bank Altitude Connect card, and one of my favorites, Discover, which right now is 5% cash back for the months of April through June. You can also do a Google search for the best cash back cards for gas, and you'll see plenty of options. Just remember that you need to be paying off your credit cards every month so you're not being charged interest on whatever balance you're carrying. Also, don't forget that you'll need sometimes at least a decent credit score to get a lot of these cards, so just keep that in mind. And although it's not a credit card, I personally love using the Cash debit card through the Cash app. They offer 10, 20, even 40% discounts on some vendors and stores. A few times in the past, I was able to use a 15% discount on a 7-Eleven to pump my gas, and I was saving $7 every time I filled up for a little bit. So number two is make sure your money is working for you. This one isn't specifically related to gas, but in times like these, if you want to lessen the sting of rising gas prices,
you probably felt the sting of some of the fastest climbing gas prices.
You need to consider everything. So ask yourself, is the cash in your bank account getting at least 2 to 4% interest? It could be. And I know some of you are probably thinking, wait a second, interest rates are horrible. You're lucky to find a savings account giving you more than 1%. But there's actually multiple savings and checking accounts that can give you as high as 4.25% off. That's the highest I found. Now, if you never have any wiggle room with cash, i.e. you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's going to be hard to see any kind of real gains from this. But if you have an emergency fund or even sometimes carry a few $100 or $1,000 in your checking or savings account usually, you could get some extra money every month from functionally just letting your money sit there. Some of these checking accounts will require you to maintain a certain minimum balance or make several transactions a month, but if you can find a card with just a couple parameters that you can make work, you'll be in business. Just make sure that you read the fine print. I'll link to an article that does a good job of summarizing and providing a few of these really high interest checkings accounts for you to look at. Make sure you do your own research though. And this is as good a time as any to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor. This is just opinions and information, not advice. Please do your own due diligence whenever you make any financial decision. Now for number three, which is to try selling an organ like your kidney on the black market.
What did you say?
I'm just kidding. It goes without saying, don't do this. What you really should do is become a rewards member with a gas station near you. This one is pretty straightforward, but lots of gas stations offer discounts to members, and oftentimes it's free to sign up. There's a Shell right by my place. I saw they had 5 cents off every gallon, and all I had to do was put in my phone number. Now for years, I've been saving every time I pump gas, and this station is almost always the cheapest in my area, especially after the savings. If there's a gas station that makes you pay to get the member discount, then just be careful because you'll have to use that gas station enough for it to be worth it. And if it's dramatically more expensive than other gas stations, sometimes for weeks at a time, that might make it difficult, and then you might ultimately end up squandering that money you're putting in to get the discount, or just having to pay more at this gas station to make your discount worth it. And even for gas stations that don't charge you to be a member, don't go there if gas is more expensive even after the discount at that gas station. Go to another gas station close by, which takes us to our next point, which is to find the cheapest places for gas using a site like GasBuddy. If you're not already using a site that shows you the price of gas in your area, then let me be the first to welcome you to the 21st century.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
But all kidding aside, don't spend more on gas when you don't need to, and don't drive around looking for the cheapest gas. Sites like GasBuddy will tell you where the cheapest gas near you is. It's so simple, but I would bet that most people aren't really taking advantage and consistently using a site like GasBuddy right now. By the way, here comes the obligatory self-serving bit where I tell you to like this video and drop a comment. You know, the part where I say it helps the algorithm, blah blah, you know the deal. So number 5 is to look at recurring subscriptions that you can cancel, like streaming services. Another not gas specific one, but one that people forget all the time. It sounds so basic, yet almost all of us at some point have let a subscription that we didn't need run too long. Those dollars every single month will add up over time. Try to look at your bank account or your credit card statements and see if there's anything that you're getting charged for every month that you haven't even noticed or keep forgetting to cancel. Just take a few minutes. You can even do it now, and by now I mean after you finish watching this video. And streaming services are a big one you might be able to cut out. Lots of people will subscribe to a service like HBO Max, quickly finish the shows or movies that they really wanted to see, and then cancel it after a month.
Fine. Let's cancel it.
If you've gotten adjusted to having several services on demand at all times, see if you could get used to cutting out your least favorite until you really need it to watch a show or movie that's new. You can also see if you have a friend and share logins and share the cost maybe. Now, shh, don't tell the big companies I said that. I know Netflix is going to crack down on that. And for talking subscriptions, Apple makes it really easy to manage your subscriptions and find subscriptions to cancel through them. PayPal also lists all your subscriptions you have from them in one place, so definitely take advantage of these if you use Apple or PayPal. Number 6 is to cut out trips that you don't need. This is another one that might seem obvious, but it's surprisingly hard to do. For example, I used to drive home on my lunch break way more. It was nice to break up my day with a visit home and grab lunch there. And even though I wasn't that far from home, it took 1/3 of a gallon of gas to go home and back. If I was doing that every day, especially with gas prices now, that's several dollars a week that I'm just burning. I didn't need to go home. It was a trip I could cut out. The longer the trip, the more it'll cost. Try to start thinking in terms of how much money a trip costs based on mileage, and just ask yourself, is this a trip I have to make, or could I cut this one out? And finally, save money when shopping with coupons and rebates. Again, it sounds obvious, but coupons can save a ton of money. Rebates too. There's apps that actually offer you rebates on tons of items at tons of stores, no cost, no sign-up fee, no money up front needed on your end. This is as close to free money as you're probably going to find as long as you have a smartphone. Take advantage of it. My favorite rebate app is Ibotta, whatever, however it's pronounced, because it's so much easier to have an app on your phone that just takes care of this than to try to search for rebates yourself. Honey is another app that many people use to find the cheapest price on things when you're shopping online. It has coupon codes, and now Honey actually offers you cash back on some items. Again, this is basically free money. If you're not already, you really should be taking advantage of these apps. So there you have it, 7 ways to save money with gas prices reaching such high levels. Hopefully you found something new or some other trick that you can add to your arsenal, even if you were familiar or knew some of these already. I'm here to share insight and some of my opinions, and I hope that it'll help some of you out. Thanks for watching.